Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in because this is an experiment and this is going to be my reaction to Season 5, Episode 24 of My Hero Academia. Last we left off, we had some brutal, like really brutal Shigaraki backstory, which eventually led to the death of Tenko Shimura and the birth of Tomura Shigaraki, the successor to All for One, and, well, you know, the main antagonist of the story. Like, now we understand why he is the way he is. It's like, Dr. Ujiko even told him, like, you're a societal reject. And probably in the first season, we'd probably agree with him. I think if he went through all that, he deserves to have his own goals. Like, geez. Now, I mean, we're probably gonna flash back to, like, the showdown between ReDestro and Shigaraki. Speaking of which, that's definitely why I'm wearing this. I found this in the back of my closet and it's black with white pinstripes, which is like the suit that he was wearing. So I thought, hey, why not? But after the reaction, I'll share a little bit more about ReDestro in a minute. So, yeah, no, without further ado, let's get into this. We're starting on a rainbow. Yes, you killed your family with a rainbow. Wow. All right. Poor kid. Oh, just in shock. Just very in shock. Oh. It probably would have. Under a bridge, my god. You know what? I absolutely love how all of 1A kind of replaced all of the teachers. It's like they're stepping up, you know? Gaslighting. Okay, well these guys are ridiculous. What the heck? Oh, he's hesitating because he doesn't want to kill them. His quirk is just it's uncontrollable, so he's scratching. People can be destroyed. They remind you of... Oh, there he is. There's Shigaraki. He's so over, like they look so big on him. And that's it. That's the birth of Shigaraki Tomura. I see. So he doesn't know why he's doing this, because he's... Yeah. Because you know what you're doing is wrong. You subconsciously remember. Oh. Yeah, those hands are fake. Come out and show me. He knows unconsciously that he did all that stuff. That's why he held back with Aizawa. Oh. But he's the one that's mourning, because he's got dead people on him. Is it? Is it though? Really? And that's the last one. That's the one that hits you. Oh my god! With one hand! But you've been fighting Gigantomachia for the past 2 months. You're used to big. Are you afraid? Oh! Oh my gosh. Veronica? What? What is happening? What effect does Shigaraki have on him? Oh wow, he was groomed into this. It suddenly became like mecha in here. It forces him to go beyond his limit. Oh my god. Now Getten was like, I must go to my commander. You care about a Nomu? So he can unleash himself. Oh shoot. Yeah, they're all panicking now. Is Shigaraki stalling? Is that the whole thing? He can control it completely now. It's like a switch has been turned on. Yes, we've established that. He's liberated. Shigaraki has been liberated. And now he can do so much. Yeah, there it is. I think ReDestro might surrender. Yeah, but that is also a heavy burden to put on someone. Oh no. He's decaying! Did you see that? But this is his laugh from the end, right? From the other episode. He's just... This is terrifying. Oh god. His decay is working on him, and that's why his hair is white. Yeah. There it is. That's the picture. That's the picture. Hello. Did you just join the League of Villains? Is that what happened? You are definitely beaten, man. You're done. You ran away. Oh, wow. Yep. That's true. This is your fault. You brought this on yourself. Yeah, one look. That's all it took. Shigaraki has all the power now. These people are like a cult almost. Oh, I see. ReDestro has been weighed down by so much that he isn't liberated. Does he? Because he looks pretty shadowy to me. As seen by Toga, blood explosion. Well, the League of Villains just became the army of villains. And now Gigantomachia is on his side as well. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. You guys went from on the streets to sitting pretty. Well, that's good. I mean, this is a cover-up story, but technically they kind of got what they wanted. So they're eating sushi and sitting large. Yeah. She's fine. He's back. He's like free from trauma, but he's back. Oh, he's mad. He's got the veins. He's mad. I love how he's like twice you're gonna join the Metal Liberation Army, and they both ended up joining them. Shigaraki. It kind of is at this point. Yes! There it is! And this is all about liberation. Oh my god. The Paranormal Liberation Front. I mean, that's good. Oh, there's Gettin's. Gettin's hood is off. So Gettin looks like he's got white hair. Alright, cool. What the heck? Wow! He's just become his willing lapdog, dear god. It is flashy. Paranormal. Because what is normal, according to Toga, according to all of these people? And does that lead to the tubes? But I like that it has paranormal in it, meaning like not normal. And of course with Toga, the whole thing with Toga was what is a normal life? The whole My Villain Academia arc, I feel like it shouldn't have been called that. It should have been called the Meta Liberation arc. Meta Liberation being the villains that they fight against, the antagonists. But Liberation because 3 of the big characters of the League of Villains underwent liberation. I'll explain that a little bit in a minute. Here's the preview. Skeptics! Oh yeah, there's Hawks. But Skeptic's not happy, I knew it. That's definitely the finale. So next week, My Hero Academia is going to end and we're going to have to wait until season 6. And I imagine in season 6, like, everything is gonna hit the fan, right? President Mike was just planking on the just planking on the table there. I wonder why Aizawa is so like he knows how to handle the 1A kids. I think it's because he's been dealing with President Mike his whole life. We got some insight into ReDestro. This guy was selected to be the successor of Destro. Kind of like Shigaraki, except Shigaraki was taught in the way of, yes, these people have lives, they have aspirations, they have things that are different from you. That being said, do what you want. Like, yes, I have gaslighted you into thinking that you have an urge to destroy, but do whatever you want. And isn't that true liberation, you know? Whereas ReDestro was groomed for it by the Meta Liberation Army, which was already a thing, as a sort of like cult leader. That's what it looked like to me. Like, Destro died, and then the Meta Liberation Army formed. They kept to the shadows, of course, but they formed, they built themselves up. That's why they have money and funding. And I don't think that this ReDestro was the first ReDestro. I feel like there were a bunch of ReDestros, and maybe every time a ReDestro dies, a new ReDestro is selected to carry out the will of the original Destro. There are some of ReDestro's lieutenants that are not okay with this new shift of we now follow Tomura Shigaraki. Skeptic is mad. Skeptic is like, this is the worst kind of failure, the worst kind. And Trumpet is kind of dejected. Curious is dead, so I don't think she has anything to say on that front. The idea that ReDestro saw in Shigaraki at that moment when his quirk awakened and when everything went to hell, basically whenever Shigaraki just destroyed all of it, ReDestro saw, oh, this is what I've been chasing after. Like, not quirk suppression, but liberation, and we'll get to that in a minute. But ReDestro saw, like, this is what I've been looking for. Like, somebody who's truly free from everything. I was groomed for this. They hammered into me Destro's teachings, and they wanted me to act a certain way. They wanted me to be this person. What if I just gave that all up? So I'll give up my position and I'll be free, like Shigaraki was. That is definitely a way to first of all, acquire an ally. Shigaraki didn't even mean to do that. He didn't care. And ReDestro took it, like, personally. He took it his own way, and things happened. I guess just this is how it ended up. I'm glad we saw Getten. His hair is white. Okay. Ice villain has white hair. Seems like a lot of, I mean, Shigaraki has white hair, but that's because of his decay. Like, he pushed his hair from black to blue to white. Are there any other characters in My Hero Academia with white hair? I know, like, the entire Todoroki family has white hair. Like, the mom and then the offspring. That's interesting, though, because a lot of anime seem to, like, make somebody have white hair, and they're usually, like, a titular character. They're usually, like, people really like them, and they have white hair, and they're a fan favorite. But now I'm trying to, like, think back through My Hero Academia. Who else has white hair? Aside from, like, Shoto and his family, of course. Getten, who it's either it's white hair or it's some sort of light bluish periwinkle hue thing. I don't know. In character for an ice villain. I probably should have assumed that his hair was white from the get-go. But yeah, no, if you can find anybody else in the comments, like Shigaraki aside, and it seems like All For One aside, because All For One is very old. Age aside, Shigaraki aside, the Todorokis aside, put in the comments, like, who else has white hair? Because I can't think of anyone. And that's usually something that animes love to do. So anyway, not quirk suppression, but liberation. This is why I think the whole thing should have been called the Meta Liberation Arc, or the Liberation Arc. Quirk Awakening was a term that I knew going into this season. I knew that it meant, like, that your quirk automatically becomes better, or like you undergo, like, something, and it affects your quirk in a way that makes it better. Somebody had told me about that. So Toga's quirk evolved. She can now use the quirks of the people she transforms into. Shigaraki, obviously, underwent a quirk awakening. Dabi and Getten, I didn't really see anything there. I think Getten had already awakened his quirk, which kind of puts him as, like, an example, like a control for basically what I'm about to explain, because that definitely looked like an awakened ice quirk to me. I mean, Getten was very much like, I want to live in a society where we are always getting better. We are striving to get better. We are striving to make our quirks better, and then climb the hierarchy like that. In the Meta Liberation Army, even before the League of Villains came along, they had somebody who fully embodied the true liberation, I guess. And Getten was that person. It wasn't ReDestro, and it wasn't any of the other lieutenants. So it's cool that they already had someone And if they just all kind of looked at him and studied him and be like, but I mean, maybe Getten is weighed down by stuff too. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here. Twice underwent the best awakening ever. I'm still, like, my heart is just burning with pride for Twice. I'm so glad he overcame his trauma. Over time, through the Meta Liberation Army, the League of Villains was able to experience true liberation. Not what the Meta Liberation Army was trying to achieve, because they are burdened by the aspirations of a dead man. Whereas Shigaraki is literally like, we can do whatever we want. I don't need a future. I'm going to destroy everything because I am free to do so. And now my quirk responds to that. And ReDestro was like, I mean, I had to amputate my legs for this, but shoot, he's right. I've been weighed down by the responsibilities and the teachings of somebody who's just... So he totally just let go of everything. And now he's like Shigaraki's willing lapdog. Did you see how fast he got out of there when Shigaraki said leave? Oh my gosh. Gigantomachia saw Shigaraki awaken and he's like, yes, this is my master now, so I think we're good, right? Yeah, so that's interesting. So next week will be the finale. I do have another anime in mind. I already have a few episodes filmed. I am going to pick up the very next week with a new anime. It's not going to be action, but it does hold a very special place in my heart. So yeah, look forward to that. Oh, I was gonna say some more stuff about ReDestro. Right. So, character aside, the My Hero Academia dub is actually really good. I mean, there are some hits and misses with voices, in my personal opinion, but one of the ones that I listened to recently was, like, the debut of ReDestro's voice actor, and he has a very deep voice. I haven't really reacted to, like, the more recent dub stuff. It works. It's just, it threw me off because it's very different from the Japanese voice actor, and I was like, well, who is that? I looked it up, and it's Sonny Strait, or Sonny Strait. I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but I'm gonna go with it's Sonny Strait, who voiced Hughes and, like, Koro Sensei and, like, all of these bright, happy individuals in anime. I was like, well, now wait a minute. I thought he voiced Present Mike, because he did. And I went and I looked it up, and apparently for the first 17 episodes of My Hero Academia, 17, like somewhere around there, like the first few episodes of My Hero Academia, he voiced Present Mike, and then he got replaced because of health issues, and now he's back to voice ReDestro. I'm so happy they were able to, you know, like, fit him back in. That makes me really happy, so I'll support him. You're doing great, Mr. State. You're doing great. Yeah, I think that's it. So I will see you guys next week. Be sure to like and subscribe and ding the bell for notifications. You don't have to, but it would be cool if you did. I am trying to make this eventually a source of income. So you don't have to, but it would be super, super cool if you did. Also comment below on what you thought. I'm absolutely blown away by this ending. It was a, like, it wrapped everything up nicely in a neat bow despite the collapse of Deka City, as it were. Yeah, no, thank you so much for staying and have a nice day.